Come back, get my truck. Will you come here, son? Come here, give me that truck back. Man, you got any
Book of Moons?
Sorry, bro, I'm all out, man.
Man, I got these cheeseburgers, man.
I don't want any cheeseburgers.
Please, man. I suck your dick.
Ew! Get out of here, man.
What's going on, players and haters? It's your least favorite duels here, back with another video. Today looks different format, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the new intro that I put together. I figured it was time to upgrade my old intro with my fabled unicorn and do something a little bit spicy. If you don't see me look at the camera, it's because I'm trying not to die while driving, you know. But welcome to Cog Vlogs. This is going to be a little series that I try to put together once a week, whether I'm driving home from work or whatever errand. So yeah, just like random thoughts on, you know, meta and cards, and there's like so much to talk about. You know, I've been away for a while, like I always do. I go on like these long hiatuses. You know, I do have a life outside of dueling to make videos, and unfortunately, like, I don't make money off of it yet. Hopefully there could be a point one day where like I can say I'm making money, this is my thing, and I can upload content all the time. But you know, being a family man and everything, it's a little tricky, you know. Sometimes the baby likes to ruin my videos, and you know, it happens. So I want to put out like better quality content and not just slap things together, you know. So there's a lot of points where I'll make a video and like the baby will come in and like throw my mic or my headset or something, and it's just like I don't want to deal with it, you know. And it does get upsetting sometimes having to record the same video a bunch of times in a row, and then I just like throw my hands up in the air and then I wave them like I just don't care, and that's that. So here we are, I'm driving home. So like my baby is gonna be spending a little bit of time at his grandma's, so I do got a little ways to go, and I wanted to discuss some stuff and like updates and things like that. So right now, today is January 13th, 2021. Hopefully this will be a better year for everyone, like with COVID and all that stuff, but I'm not here to talk about that, you know. Like, this is purely entertainment, and I can't see because the damn sun is in my eyes. So let me just put on my glasses. So today I'm going to be discussing like some of the implications and potential like effects of Book of Moon coming into the meta for Duel Links. Now right now it's in the new selection box that came out, I want to say about 2 or 3 days ago, and it's already been seeing stuff on the ladder. Right now I'm Legend 3, I believe, like around, I'm bouncing between like 1 and 3. I've been experimenting with some of the new selection box cards, so I have been losing a lot of games. There's also been a revival of Blue Eyes White Dragon, which will probably be for like another vlog, but I do want to discuss Book of Moon and just, you know, why it's so good and some of the maybe the meta shifts that'll happen due to Book of Moon. All right, so Book of Moon, it reads the quick play spell. Now I'm just spitting it off the top of my head because obviously I'm not trying to break the law or anything, and you know, be on my phone while I'm driving, because that's very dangerous, so don't do that. But it's a quick play spell that I believe it reads like target one face-up monster on the field and flip it face down in the defense position, which is pretty massive. Okay, so we already have cards like Canadia in the game, which is pretty heavily used on and off. It becomes a meta staple here and there. It's kind of weird that it fluctuates with Canadia, because I feel like since we're kind of shifting into a world in Duel Links where we're starting to get a little bit more XC summoning, I see like Canadia being really great. But you got Book of Moon, which is a quick play spell, which allows you to flip a card down on your turn, or you could set it and do it on your opponent's turn, which is freaking massive. Especially like I said, we're shifting to XC's meta. We got a lot of XC support in the last box. There's an insane amount of XC's crap now. So, and we're actually starting to get powerful XC's monsters as well. So, which is pretty massive. So Book of Moon is kind of counteracting that, which is kind of funny that they released that. I would imagine that Konami would kind of like maybe give everyone a Forbidden Lance or Hatronade at this point, because those are the disruption going second with the XC's deck it's real. You know, we already have Floodgate, Canadia, the staples like Karma Cut, Regeki Break. You can even say Ultimate Providence is coming in and flourishing again. So some of these monsters that special summon each other, just getting negated hurts as well. But Book of Moon is kind of like the nail in the coffin when it comes to XC summoning if you're going freaking second versus a deck, because now they can just set the Book of Moon and just like moon your stuff, or Canadia it. Or I was like even discussing like a potential cancerous deck in my Discord about playing 3 Element Saber Molyneux with 3 Canadia and 3 Book of Moon and 3 Floodgate, and just flipping down monsters all day long. And someone asked me to win con in a deck like that, and I had said, oh, like, well, that's pretty easy. It's just to make your opponent rage quit. Well, that being beyond the point, some of the repercussions that may come out of Book of Moon being 3-ofs in decks now is I could see, one big thing is I could see Ballista Squad coming back. A lot of people have kind of strayed away from Ballista Squad and Regeki Break in exchange for Karma Cut, just because there's a lot of Windows out there. Windows like a thing that's running like a lot of decks. You know, it's very easy if you have space for 3 monsters and like 2 extra deck slots, you can fit a window. You know, you could get the giant Dolphin Man, or you could get the Lion King in your extra deck, or you could just keep floating into window to save yourself. So I think that's kind of one of the reasons why Karma Cuts run a little bit more than the latter two. Also, you know, a lot of people play Desperado right now, so you blowing up their Desperado Barrel Dragon in some instances will plus them, and you'll go like -1 to 2. So that's the other reason why people are running Karma Cut. Noble Knights as well. You know, Noble Knights don't really care about Regeki Break or Ballista Squad. So Karma Cut's kind of like the staple trap right now, and Canadia and Floodgate, I guess. So Book of Moon, you know, depending on how insane people are spending their rent money on this selection box right now, I could see Ballista, like I said earlier, Ballista Squad could come back, because a lot of older players already have Canadia and Floodgate, and having like a third very good method of disruption might just like be like, okay, well, you flip my monster down, so I'm going to tribute it and pop your other back row and keep on going. So there's that. One of the other things too is Book of Moon might hopefully lower the level of Noble Knights a little bit, because one of the key weaknesses of Noble Knights is not being able to equip to their monsters. And so if that monster is face down, you're not equipping anything. And like I said with Regeki Break and Ballista Squad, you know, there's never really a good way to like destroy Noble Knight stuff outside of like set cards, because you have you know, Noble Arms of Destiny protecting them from destruction once per turn. All the equips can reattach once per turn if they're destroyed. They are running stuff like I mean, some people are running like Forbidden Lance as well, which kind of like defeats Book of Moon in a way. That's another card that I I think might kind of start showing up a little bit more is Forbidden Lance, besides Ballista Squad. But having a really good card versus Noble Knights going second feels good, you know? Of course, like the Canadia and stuff, like if you're going first versus Noble Knights, you got like a Canadia or a Floodgate, like you're shutting them down most of the time. They can't really start their plays. They're almost like Car Curry in a way, where they're very reliant on going first and opening up a Merlin or a Madrot. They set up their board really big, you know, they get their if they open up Merlin, it's kind of like most of the time over, because they get their quick play, you know, they get their equip, they get their trap card in the graveyard to summon out a Dristan and pop yourself on your turn. They get a free draw out of until Noble Arms is needed. Usually they set a Regeki break or a Karma Cut on you. It's just all ugly, right? But Book of Moon is pretty much saying like, hey, like I'm gonna at least shut down your quick play XC summon, or I'm gonna shut down like your equips, and like what are you gonna do? So it's really nice. So right now, currently I own 2 Book of Moon. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go for a third one. I did spend like, so I had saved my gift cards from Christmas for this selection box in particular. I wasn't really know what to spend it on, because like, I don't know, like I have a job and I pay for my own stuff. So like, I just held on to all the gift cards, and I ended up using $40 of my gift card money to pull 2 Book of Moon, which some people are like, what? Like I know some people have spent over like $400 to get 3 Book of Moon, which is pretty insane if you ask me, for a free card game at that. I may try to go for a third, but I'm not really in any rush. I feel like 2 is kind of like, since we in Duel Links you do run a 20 card deck, you know, having 3 copies of stuff is like, it is pretty nice, but like when you run like these almost like tech cards, kind of like Lancia and Forbidden Lance and DD Crow, and you got your what else is there? I mean, those are like the big hand traps right now. I guess like Cycle Reader now, it's gonna probably come back, but like you usually only need 2 for your 20 card deck, because if you think about it, in a 40 card deck, running 4 copies might be kind of overkill, because like it feels pretty bad if you're starting hand, you got like, I don't know, you open up like 2 lands and nothing else to do. Like it feels bad. So like having 2 copies of tech cards is pretty great. Now Book of Moon is like kind of, for right now in my opinion, is floating between like a tech card and like maybe just like a main staple 3 of. It's probably a main staple 3 of most likely, just because of its power of like either turn. So there's that. Like I said, I'm not in any rush to get a third. You know, it'll be in a box later, which, you know, we'll probably, all the whales will spend another $400 on anyways. So yeah, so that's kind of like my main thoughts on Book of Moon. There are some other really cool cards that they added into the selection box as well. You know, you got Gadgets, which is almost like a it's like a decent rank 4 machine as well, rank 4 making machine. And my phone is shaking a little bit, so I'm just gonna tilt it a bit, so that way it's not making a lot of noise. But yeah, so Book of Moon, I mean, some of the other decks that might benefit from it. Oh shoot, I even forgot that this is also good counter versus Karma Cut. So Karma Cut has to target the face of monster to banish it, and you can Book of Moon your own monster to prevent that. And so this kind of doubles down on my whole theory of Ballista Squad coming back into the meta, is that, you know, instead of getting your monster banished, you flip it down, they burn not only the trap card, they burn a discard, and if you're running the Ballista Squad, you can just tribute it off or like flip it up later to like pop your opponent's back row, which is pretty nice. Some of the other decks that might really benefit from Book of Moon, besides, you know, like the Ghost second decks versus Noble Knights, and, you know, even Desperado in a way, like Book of Moon's pretty good, because you can flip down their freaking Misjudge or their Desperado Barrel Dragon and get some swing in or popping action going. What else is there? yeah, like it just forces out a lot of stuff. Like I just don't see a situation where you might want to run something over Book of Moon in most scenarios with most decks. One of the decks that I think might be like, this is just a purely just out of nowhere meta call that might happen with Book of Moon besides Ballista Squad is Subterrors. One of the key weaknesses of Subterrors is that for one, the karma cut. You know, it sucks to get your Subterror, I think his name is Warrior, like the guy who does a quick play bring out big dude effect. So protecting him from karma cut is pretty nutty. I mean, you can always like tribute out a monster as well to get out a Subterror. Also, I mean, that's a thing, but the flip down effect is also to your benefit as well for Subterror, because some people, like, these scenarios don't really happen in Subterror, but like sometimes you can summon a Subterror on your opponent's turn by flipping down a monster on your turn. So like the same kind of like requirements of you know, you flip down your monster, the Subterror pops out of your hand. That can happen on your opponent's turn. There's been a couple of duels when I would play Subterror where that would come up, which is pretty cool. It gives you another body. And then let's say you have like World Legacy, shoot, I'm gonna like butcher, I forgot the name because I'm like driving, but like having I want to say it's the World Legacy, it's pretty much the continuous trap spell that acts like a final battle where you flip a monster face down, face up. So let's say you have, I don't know, you set a Ustromix, right? He's set, you know, or no, he's face up. Let's say you swung in with your Ustromix, you set a bunch of cards, and it's your opponent's turn. And let's say they, for whatever reason, they karma cut on their turn. You can Book of Moon your Ustromix or your Flip Flop Frog or whatever you used, and then you can bring on another Subterror out of your hand. And then you also protect your Ustromix. And then if you have the final battle with the World Legacy card, you can just flip it down and back up again and banish something. So there's like some little utilities there. Being able to flip flop frog a bunch of times is pretty funny as well. I'm trying to think of other decks that might benefit. I'm gonna try it out in Fabled, maybe. See how that goes. Because right now, like, the Fabled deck is like, it's looking all right. It's not looking too crazy, but having protection from karma cut is pretty nice, especially if you're running. Oh man, I even forgot. Like the other, like, it's just coming to me right now. So the other thing you could do too with Book of Moon, let's say you same thing, kind of like the flipping your monster down, protect yourself from karma cut. If you're running See You Later, let's say in something like Fabled, because like now Fabled is kind of transitioning to See You Later. So let's say you go second, they try to karma cut one, like your freaking elephant or something, I don't know, your Chawa. You can flip it down, bounce it back to your hand, and then reuse that effect. That's pretty nutty too. That's pretty nice. Or just set it to be even more annoying with your unicorn. Yeah, there's a lot of utility with Book of Moon, so I'm pretty excited. As far as spending your rent money to get it, I mean, you know, you got to have your priorities in check first. You know, I don't think it's ideal to blow like $500 to pull 3 Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because even in TCG standards, like, that's kind of well above it. Some of the really big staple cards in TCG are like around $100, and people are dropping like $500 on this selection box, which is its intention. You know, you pay more to get some early access to cards, but you know, Book of Moon will be coming later, just like Chaos Dragon Legionnaire and Stratos and Fiendish Chain and like some of the other, I can't think of anything else. I think those were like the big 3 that came out, like some of the prior selection boxes. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this COG vlog. I will see you guys. I'm gonna be discussing the dream tickets and stuff probably in my next video. It'll be like my usual format, where I'm kind of like in Duel Links itself and not driving around everywhere. But you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video. Deuces!